Hi, my name is Julie Q. I'm a variety streamer over on Twitch with a lot of opinions about a lot of different subjects. What not everyone may know about me though is that I'm a bona fide Disney adult, and today I want to discuss Disney's newest movie Wish and why I was super duper unimpressed by it. Before I really get into the review of everything, here's a brief synopsis of the movie, summed up by yours truly. So we start out with Asha, the main character, who wants to make her grandpa's wish come true. But the only one who can do that is Magnifico, who is the villain, because he's the only guy in the whole city or world that can do that. I don't know. Regardless, he's the only one she knows about. So she goes to do an interview to become an apprentice with him. They sing their little song where she sees her grandpa's wish floating in a ball, and then she immediately asks Magnifico, hey, make my grandpa's wish happen. And Magnifico said, wow, the audacity of that, get the hell out. But before that, she accidentally touches a broken glass. He gets mad at her, so that means that that's going to be a whole plot device later. Then she tells her grandpa she saw the wish, and because no one remembers their wish for some reason after they give it to King Evil, she wants to tell her grandpa what the wish is. Grandpa trusts Evil King. She runs away because how dare grandpa not side with her. She sings a song. New character Star appears. Star makes the goat sidekick have a really deep voice and speak English. Then all of the other animals also speak English, have a song. Asha's wish then is to get the wishes back, but for some reason Star can't do that without Asha's intervention, even though Star clearly has the power to. I'll get into it more later. Then Magnifico gets pissed because there's magic that's not his. He turns really evil. Asha stops him, saves the wishes. Star goes back to the sky. That's the end of the movie. So now that you understand the brief, very brief summary of the movie, I'm going to get into all the details about all the things that I did not like about the movie. First off, Asha's cringy personality. First of all, I did not expect that I'd be watching a cringe compilation brought to us by the main character, Asha. From the beginning, up until the middle of the movie, Asha reminded me of that actually meme, just based on all of her physical mannerisms. Going into the movie, I was expecting what I saw from the trailers of her, to be excessively quirky in the way that Anna from Frozen or Rapunzel from Tangled was. However, it was like that, taken up 10 notches. And no other character acted that way, which made it all the more awkward and worse. If the other characters used more pronounced expressions, I may have been more inclined to disregard it. But Asha's mannerisms were a lot to take in right off the bat. And what's almost worse is that midway through the end of the movie, she just stopped acting that way. She became like a regular character, which she should have been from the start. The songs were either completely forgettable or horrible. When all of the woodland creatures started singing I'm a Star, I was reminded of Shawn Mendes's Lyle Lyle Crocodile, and what a meme that was for a minute. Why in the world did all of the random woodland animals just break out into a song? This is a point I'm going to go into more detail with later, but Star was able to easily grant Valentino, that's the goat's, wish to talk, but was that the wish of all the other woodland animals, or was that just simply for the purpose of putting a song into that section of the movie? Because I have a feeling it was just to put the song into the section of the movie. I know there was a joke that went around before the movie came out that Magnifico's song, This Is the Thanks I Get, had AI generated song lyrics, but the fact that I would consider that to have been the best song in the entire movie, every song sounded incredibly disconnected for the visual styles of the movie. It was generic pop music with a very play or musical style set. The disconnect was almost increased by the new animation style that they had used as well. While I didn't hate the new animation style, it definitely did not fit with the music. The villain. The villain was a huge failure to this movie. It was incredibly obvious from the trailers that he was going to be a villain, and the beginning of the movie made it just as obvious that that's also where it was headed. I was hoping, almost expecting, for there to be a plot twist or some type of depth to Magnifico that the trailer didn't show, couldn't show, wouldn't show, whatever it may have been. But boy, was that idea shot down so quickly. He chose to open the evil magic book, but he was also very aware that that was literally what caused his village, the original village, to burn down in the first place, but was also so quick to jump into using said book. Weird. And he didn't seem to know anything more about how it would doom him permanently. Whereas Asha somehow managed to figure that out with like 2 seconds of research. So you would think that Magnifico would have had an idea in his brain to not be so quick to jump into using evil magic book. But he was very quick to jumping into using evil magic book. The characters had so much potential for character growth and for personality, but none of them went anywhere. None of them. The lack of character development killed me, and this goes for nearly every single character. The friends, they were such fun characters, but none of them really had a purpose to the plot other than to sort of be Asha's friend. They were mostly there to represent the 7 dwarves in a ha-ha tee-hee moment, and that was it. Star was also a really cute character that I felt like went nowhere growth-wise. He was just a cute, marketable star at the start and stayed simply a marketable, cute character till the end. He has to leave and go back to the sky, but it didn't matter. Moviegoers weren't invested in the character, so it made this sad moment feel literally so unemotional and so insignificant. Also, he can go poof and make Valentino and all the random woodland animals speak English, but poofing the wishes out of Magnifico's castle was too hard. Why? They don't explain it, that's for sure. The queen, she also had no character growth. Why was she even married to the king in the first place? He was so irredeemable that I couldn't even fathom why this average lady was ever in love with him. When she showed up to support the heroes, it didn't even matter at all. If the queen had been meek and then finally stood up for herself and stood up against her husband, it would have made sense. If she had also been somewhat evil or twisted in some way, then had a come to senses moment, it would have made sense. But she was just a dude in a story among other dudes. It was ambiguous, but is this the origin story for the magic mirror from Snow White and also the fairy godmother from Cinderella? Or was this just a nod to those movies? That part confused me a lot. I feel like it was pretty confirmed that Magnifico was the magic mirror based on him being stuck in a mirror at the end, as well as the poof that made it look like he was literally the magic mirror guy. But Asha's situation was a little more unclear. So midway through the movie, Star gave her a temporary wand and a cloak that mirrored that of the fairy godmother from Cinderella. Like, it looked exactly like it. Which could have just been a nod to the respective movie, but then at the end, Star gave her a brand new wand, and her friend said she's like the town's fairy godmother now. So, are we thinking that she is the actual fairy godmother from Cinderella, or just a fairy godmother? If they had used either one of those situations, it would have been more clear it was a nod to Cinderella. So if they had done what they did in the middle and then not put the end part, or vice versa, would have made sense. But since they added both, I just don't know. I think it would have been very smart on Disney's part to make this point less uncertain, whether it was a yes, this is, or no, this isn't, point blank. And if they were trying to say that Asha is Cinderella's fairy godmother and Magnifico is Snow White's magic mirror, it would have been a very cool way to show that all of the Disney universes are connected, and a very unexpected way to end the movie. But because it was so ambiguous, I was just left feeling so confused. So this is like a bonus section, where I'm gonna say we were absolutely robbed. Did you guys know that the original concept for this movie included Star being a shapeshifter / a human? Why would they not do this? He could have been silent for most of the movie and just use a lot of expressions like he does already, but could shapeshift back and forth between being a star and being human. Either a regular sized human or maybe a small human. If at the end, when everyone is making their wishes, he was able to sing a portion of that song, and then you find out his wish is to be able to speak with Asha or stay with Asha, it would have been so adorable. Or in some way show that like wishing stars are a more dynamic character than just we grant wishes and then go away. I wish to live in the timeline where this happened, because we were absolutely robbed of a really, really cute love story. I'm still really mad about it. So for all of these reasons, I was just not impressed with Disney's newest movie, Wish. I had a lot of high hopes for it because even though the trailer was not the greatest, none of them were, You never know when you watch the movie, it could be a lot different from what the marketing is making it seem like. That was not the case for this movie, however, and I was extremely disappointed with it. I hope that in the future we see better from Disney. I hope that this starts a turning point for Disney where they go back to making good movies and utilizing their resources correctly and actually being more creative. But we'll see. Only time is going to tell. It could just continue down this path of unoriginal, boring movies. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe as it helps the channel a bunch. Let me know how you felt about this movie down in the comments, or if you have any suggestions for what other things you would like me to rant about. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, fantastic rest of your night, and until next time, bye-bye!